What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Veteran and Rookie Podcast. This is your veteran here, Benea.
Frick, I don't have my hat.
Oh,
my hair.
man. Everyone can see
Oh, no.
the rookie's hair, John, right there
That's really unfortunate.
in its glory. And you know what? You don't have the hat, so it's not casting a shadow on your mustache.
Yeah.
So viewers, behold,
Please don't be
the
old.
rare... He's a rookie in many areas of life,
I hope,
as you can see.
I hope my mic cuts out and we gonna have to restart. Football,
Week
guys.
17 in the books. And so, not to leave you guys on too much of a cliffhanger from last week, John, his goal going into the 2023 NFL season was to be under 100 losses.
Did not happen.
He had 98 incorrect pick'ems going into this week. And somehow, miraculously, is only 2 over.
That's crazy.
We both went 12-4 in our pick'ems. And as we were saying, it's whatever the second one is that does you over. And you pick the Bucs. The Saints beat them pretty handily.
Stupid.
And so the Saints there, you can get mad at the Saints for beating the Bucs, or you can get mad at the Bucs for crapping the bed.
Poopy in the bed. Hershey's Kiss type beat. It was not ideal.
Mm-hmm. And last episode I did say you had like about 120 wrong. That was me that got 120 wrong last season. You were at about 102. So unless you are like crazy good this week, you're going to be worse this year than your rookie season.
But I'm gonna be better with draft.
True. Now, we only have 1 week left to go for these pick'ems, regular season, and I only have 95 incorrect. And so now I'm thinking in the back of my head, and now I'm bringing it towards the front. I want to get 100 or under 100 losses. So if I can go 12-4 again, just like I did this week, then maybe I'll just steal your goal from you. I'm at 161 and 95. Now for the points side of things, though, that's a little bit of a different story. We kind of flip-flopped from last season.
But I'm destroying you more than you beat. You barely beat me last year.
I got the first 2 points. I took Lions-Cowboys for Game of the Week, which was a crazy ending.
It sucked.
Cowboys should have taken the L there, but the refs were like,
Except no.
no, screw you, Detroit.
Fact.
And so, that'd be kind of fun if we see a rematch of that at some point in the playoffs. You took Dolphins-Ravens. That would have been a good pick for blowout of the week.
I think our credentials for good game is just a close game.
And an exciting game. And
This
it
was exciting to watch the blowout of them.
because we were both rooting for the Ravens.
Yeah, it was exciting.
But Lions-Cowboys was a better game.
Sure.
You should have taken that for blowout of the week instead of Eagles over Cardinals. Because not only did Philly not blow them out, they lost to them at home.
I think that's awesome. Nick Sirianni is a terrible coach.
Good for Jonathan Gannon, who was their defensive coordinator last year, now the Cardinals head coach. And
He knows what's up.
everyone thought he was going to be a bad head coach, and
He has been.
Riddick's still out, but, he did just go into Philly and beat his old team that kind of ran him out of town. Even though they went to the Super Bowl, there were a lot of Eagles fans that were like, our defensive coordinator is terrible. And now the Eagles, I don't think it'd be a stretch to say they had one of the worst defenses in the league right now.
They're really bad.
Ever since moving to Matt Patricia, surprise, that did not make things better. In fact, it made things worse for Philly's defense. And because they lost now and Dallas won, all the Cowboys have to do is beat the Commanders in Week 18 now to win a division. And Philly could very well be going on the road after being 10-1 at one point.
Yeah, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Tell us about the rest of those pick'ems.
Well, I took 49ers over Commanders for blowout of the week, and as expected, they dominated, even though they lost CMC about halfway through the game. He'll probably be resting up for Week 18, getting ready for the playoffs, I would imagine. A lowest scoring game, man, this one was, I took Jags-Panthers.
Yeah.
That finished 26-0.
Yep.
So 26 total points. You took Chargers-Broncos, 16-9. 25 total points.
Suck it.
And so that's the results that we want to see for especially the lowest scoring game or these kinds of categories, those nail biters, and you barely bit those nails.
What?
Upset of the week, you took Packers over Vikings because the Vikings were slight favorites there in Minnesota. Packers dominate 33-10. Jordan Love now has more passing yards and passing touchdowns in a season than any Bears quarterback has ever had in a season.
That's crazy.
And the Bears have been around for 104 years?
How did that?
And Jordan Love's been starting in the NFL for one of those years.
How does that happen?
The Bears are the only team in the NFL that has never had a 4,000-yard passer.
Don't they have a Hall of Fame quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
How?
It was like the 30s or whatever.
Okay, well.
The Bears have the most Hall of Famers. They were over 100 years old, and they have like never really had a good quarterback, at least in the modern era.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I took Raiders over Colts. It ended up being, I think, like a 7 or 8 point game at the end of the day. But
3-point game, actually.
oh, was it a 3-point game?
20-23.
Okay, but to my understanding, Indy kind of dominated this game for the most part. Raiders kind of clawing their way back into it, but playing a little too conservative, it sounds like. And
Yeah.
they are officially now eliminated from the playoffs. So, unfortunately, Kansas City has won their 8th straight division title, which is the second most the team has ever won consecutively. The most is from the Patriots 2009 to 2019.
That's crazy.
So Kansas City could very well take that crown from them, but we'll see what the future has in store in that division. Fantasy Player of the Week, King Henry, just like almost everyone on my fantasy team not named Lamar Jackson, did not perform well this week. And you took Josh Allen. I didn't even bother to look at his points because it had to be more than whatever Derrick Henry got.
Yeah, Derrick Henry got like 7.
Yeah, maybe.
Perhaps.
It was rough for people not named Lamar Jackson on my team. If I had started Devontae Adams, I would have blown you out. But I was like, well, Devontae Adams got like 0.4 points last week.
Uh-huh.
I don't trust him to, in a very up and down season for him, and got burned for it. Lost out in the championship. But
wait, you took Raiders, Colts for your upset?
Mm-hmm. Devontae Adams was not my player of the week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just talking about how I lost to you.
You're really bad at the game.
Rough go. So that brings the total there. You got 37. I got 29, so I cannot catch up to you in this last week, unfortunately.
I technically could catch you in pick'ems.
Technically, you could. You just go opposite of me for all of them and just cross your fingers and hope I go 4-12.
I have to go opposite of you on 7 of them.
Yep, I'm up by
tie.
7.
I have to tie you.
So you want to go opposite of me on 8.
I don't like that.
I just got to make some outlandish picks.
Yeah, you make the worst picks ever, and I'll take the good side of them.
Oh, there you go. And then I get them all right. Go 16-0.
If you went,
you
16,
go 0-16.
I'll give you $100 if you go 16-0.
Okay. Other games this week.
Not losing $100.
Steelers, Seahawks. We both actually took Pittsburgh because they're not allowed to have a losing record.
Not allowed.
And for the 17th season in a row, they do not have a losing record. Or no, it's 17 years under Mike Tomlin, I think is what it is. So it's even longer than that. Going back for the Steelers not losing. And so good for them.
Literally have 0 quarterback talent there at all.
It's crazy that, Kenny Pickett's actually healthy for this week's game, but they're starting Mason Rudolph instead because he's actually been like their best quarterback this season.
That's unfortunate, really.
And he's kind of just a guy.
Just a dude with a ball in his hand.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Kansas City, they came back from being down 17-7. They won 25-17.
Unfortunate.
So shutting down Cincinnati there. They are also officially eliminated from the playoffs now. The Bears, despite getting a big win against the Atlanta Falcons, are also officially eliminated from playoff contention, but they're playing some of their best football in a very long time. Justin Fields looking like that guy, and after the Panthers loss on Sunday, the Bears officially have the top pick in the draft.
Ooh.
Will they take a quarterback? Will they go for a lottery ticket? Or will they go for, one of the best wide receiver prospects in a decade?
Who is it?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Is he really good?
Mm-hmm. Out of Ohio State.
They need him.
And they already have DJ Moore. And so if Justin Fields is that guy and you give him 2, we'll even just say top 15 receivers, look out.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. He might actually throw for 4,000 yards.
If he had an offensive line or a defense or a defensive line or anything like that.
Yeah. Defense has been playing better the last few weeks, though.
When it doesn't matter. That's really good for them.
But they've played well enough to probably keep their coach unless they get blown out by the Packers this week.
Which, if they get blown out by the Packers are in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Packers are in charge of their own destiny after winning on Sunday Night Football.
Good for them.
And they got the right losses. And so it's winning in. just like last season. So hopefully it goes better than last season.
Something everybody's been talking about like a lot is the AFC playoff picture and the fact that the Bills could be either be the 2 seed or not in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Or like the 7 or 6.
Or the 6 or 7, which is kind of crazy.
But that's crazy. They can be a top seed.
They were 5 and 6.
Were they?
I'm pretty sure they were 5 and 6.
6 and 6, something like that.
They're,
Pretty much not everyone, but a lot of people writing them off as dead.
Yeah, not very nice, guys. I'm really happy that the Dolphins kind of pooped a little bit in their bed, because this week is going to be an awesome Sunday night.
The 2 highest scoring games in Ravens history were against the Dolphins this year. That was the second most points they've put up in a game. And the most was against the Dolphins in 2019.
That's so funny.
Both games where Lamar Jackson had a perfect passer rating, both in likely MVP seasons also.
That's crazy. Dolphins are so bad. Dolphins are frauds.
Owned by Baltimore, at least most of the time. Not last year, but
I
most
hope
of the time.
the Dolphins stay fraudulent and the Bills just lay it down. Bills have kind of been like good, but also like what the heck. Like,
They're winning, but it's not the flashiest.
I hope they kind of clean that up because the Dolphins are going to be a hard team to win against, especially with all that offensive firepower, the speed and stuff.
Right. Especially because Buffalo, they're doing all this winning, but they're still without a lot of their top defenders.
Yeah, we are
that have been out for a good chunk of the season.
Big time shafting on our part.
Mm-hmm. Because you got your best corner is out, although Rasul Douglas has done a great job. He had like 2 interceptions and a pick 6.
Yeah.
Against Bailey Zappi this past week.
Pretty cool.
But you're without Matt Milano. You're without Tre'Davious White. Von Miller is hurt, but not that it matters because he's been terrible.
He's also been beating his
field.
girlfriend or something.
He's just all around not having a good end of year and going into 2024.
That'd be cool if he cleaned it up.
On and off the field.
Yeah, just all around be better. Yeah, Dolphins, I hope they lose. That's my thoughts on that.
We can talk about Thursday night football also. Joe Flacco beating up on the Jets. And I did say that the Browns would win this game. I said 37-7. Wasn't quite that, but I got the 37 part right for Cleveland, so I think that counts as double points for me.
Uh-huh.
Joe Flacco continues to be him. And unfortunately, with the Ravens win, Cleveland cannot be the top seed in the AFC, but they will still be the top wild card team.
I'm okay with it. I think the Browns deserve the Super Bowl. They should go win the Super Bowl.
I'm still waiting for the game when Joe Flacco's Browns beat the Ravens in Baltimore in the playoffs.
Oh man, that's all I want. I don't want the Bills to go to the Super Bowl. I don't really care.
I'm rooting so hard. The Browns are the team that I'm just even if the Packers make the playoffs, like I'll root for them obviously, but on the other side of the bracket, I'm rooting hard for the Browns.
I'm on the same side of the bracket, and I want the Browns to win. So.
There you go. I mean, if it's a Browns-Packers Super Bowl, go Joe Flacco.
Yeah, for real. If it's the Browns,
Browns-Bills AFC Championship,
then
I'll
be
Browns.
conflicted, but I still will want the old man to win. Probably not actually.
Browns Lions Super Bowl.
Browns Lions.
That'd be cursed.
That would suck. It would end in a tie.
Yeah. There were some other things. We were both confidently, not confidently. We don't confidently pick teams anymore that don't have Joe Flacco on them, at least.
Exactly.
But we both did pick the Tennessee Titans to beat the Texans, which is a huge L on our part.
We were both like, yeah, Titans.
We were both like, well, C.J. Stroud, we don't know if he's out or not, and Derrick Henry, he's gonna run over the Texans. Nope. As we already talked about, Fantasy Player of the Week, bad choice by your boy right here.
They figured out how to stop him, and they did a good job of it. And I'm really glad they did because I won by 5 points in our fantasy playoffs, and I beat Benet, and I'm the winner.
Mad on Forge.
Big Forge, I think.
I think that's pretty much it from this past week. Did you have anything else you wanted to hit on?
Not really.
Anything relevant? I mean, we don't need to talk about Chargers Broncos.
I was just about to not talk about that.
Russell Wilson benched. It doesn't matter. They're still winning. Cha-ching.
So stupid.
Money in the bank, but not for Russ.
Unfortunate. Yeah, that's. I don't like either of those teams. Continuing on.
I got first pick of the draft this week.
Ooh, baby.
And I'm going to take the best game category. Game of the week.
Ooh, game of the week.
And give me the last game of the season.
Lay it down.
Bills, Dolphins. Winner takes the division.
It's going to be the best game. It's not even going to be close.
Like, does it get any better than that? I don't think so. Like, the last game in the regular season is always just because they always schedule it, so it has big playoff implications, and it's just always awesome, unless it was 2020, and then when the Eagles decided they would just give up on the game.
That's kind of funny.
But other than that, Week 18, last game Sunday Night Football goes hard.
You're not giving me a lot to work with here.
Right? I mean, there's a few other like win and in games. Like if the Bucs beat the Panthers, they're in.
Good game there, yeah. I think I'll take Rams and Niners because the Rams have been playing some good football recently, and honestly, I feel like they could make a playoff run. I think they could get through it.
I think it could get interesting too without CMC most likely in this game, and heck, in the second half or maybe even the whole game, I don't know what the 49ers are going to do, but I would imagine they're going to rest at least some starters because they already have the top seed locked up.
Yeah.
Rams already have a playoff spot locked up as well. They're just kind of fighting for if they get a higher seed or a lower seed, but I mean, either way, they're going to be going on the road.
Yeah. Maybe it's not the best pick then, but I'm still picking it because I like both these teams, and I think they're both playing well.
Historically, the Niners do own the Rams in the Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan eras of these teams, but, you know, like I said, with the 49ers potentially not starting everybody, Rams might pull off the upset there. Who knows?
We will see. I'm going to do something a little interesting, I believe. I'm going to go Fantasy Player of the Week.
Ooh.
Actually, no, I'm not. Yes, I will. I'm going to go Fantasy Player of the Week. I'm going to go CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, he went off.
Because they still need to win this game to get the top seed in their division. Or top, that. And so they're going to have their starters in, and I think they run over the Commanders.
Yeah, I mean, you tell the Cowboys all they have to do here to win the division is beat a team that hasn't won a game in probably 2 months at this point now. Please, a team they beat by 35 on Thanksgiving, they're going to go in there and annihilate them.
It's going to be brutal to watch. Like, tentatively annihilation, yes.
That's what they called me in high school.
Okay, there, buddy, pal.
But yeah, CeeDee Lamb, he is now the all-time leader in Cowboys single season history for receptions and yards, passing up Michael Irvin. You know, that's saying a lot because the Cowboys have had some very good receivers in their history.
Oh, what does he have right now?
He's over 1,600, and he's got like 115 catches or something.
Golly gee whiz.
He's going off. He's going to be an All-Pro this season.
That's cool.
Fantasy Player of the Week. I'm going to go with old reliable Mike Evans going against that Panthers defense. Baker Mayfield's another win and in game. All the Bucs need to do is win, and they get in. Now, they could have, I think, done that last week against the Saints, won and be in. But they were like, actually, we're not going to show up until like the second half and make things look close on paper, but like it wasn't even that close.
They wanted to make it interesting for the final week.
Give the Panthers something to play for. Although, I mean, we just said the Panthers, they got shut out for the first time since 2002, which is kind of surprising. I don't know if it feels like they've been shut out like 8 times this year, but
they've scored points.
Apparently.
3 points is points.
And their owner upset about what's going on and, you know, dumping beer on Jaguars fans and whatnot.
Crazy guy.
So now that the Redskins owner is gone, he looks like he might be the worst owner in the league, and he's only owned the Panthers for like 5 years. And if you look over that 5-year span, the Panthers have the worst record in the league.
Funky little dude.
Sell the team.
Sell the team. I don't want it though. If he was giving it to me, I wouldn't take it. I mean, I do like dumping beer on people, but what am I talking about?
I'm gonna go to the biggest blowout category for the next one here. And I wanted to take Cowboys over Commies.
I know you did.
You took that away from me. So give me the Lions over the Vikings.
Ooh,
and this game was close last time around, but I feel like the Lions are pissed after last week. And the Vikings didn't look good against a bad Packers defense. And the Lions defense isn't that much better. But I think the Lions, they want to make a statement here. And I think Minnesota just happens to be the victim, no matter who they be playing next. Take it out on them. And it just happens to be the Minnesota Vikings who are going to go out of the 2023 season with a whimper.
A whimper? That's crazy. Yeah, I'm kind of conflicted. I want to take Chiefs Chargers on like just looking at the game,
Right? Easton
but
Stick. And
but they might be sitting people because like
Kansas City has nothing to play for. They are locked into the 3 seed.
so like they probably won't be playing people then.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm looking at the Eagles, and it doesn't matter if they win, right? Well, if they win and the Cowboys lose, then it matters. But
More so the thing with the Eagles, do you trust them to do anything right now?
not really. But I can't really see.
They almost lost to the Giants on Christmas. They're playing them again in New York.
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor's going to be starting this game, and he's better than Tommy DeVito.
Are the Seahawks winning in?
Seahawks are win and Packers lose.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
But they do need to win the game
Yeah, so they'll probably be playing
because they play at the same time.
The Cardinals always play everybody tough, though. It's like
Ever since Kyler Murray came back, yeah.
they've just been playing tough. Like they've been losing, but they've been playing tough.
Or beating the Eagles.
Or beating the Eagles, yeah. Oh, man, there's just nothing that I feel because, like, Ravens, Steelers, of course, they're sitting people. It's like I'm struggling. I can't.
On the struggle bus.
Struggle bus. Are the Texans winning in?
They are win and Jaguars loss. Same with the Colts. Because Texans and Colts are playing each other on Saturday night.
That's right.
And then it's win and then cross your fingers and hope Tennessee pulls off the upset.
Is Trevor Lawrence playing?
I don't know.
Golly, man. Ugh.
Takes CJ Beathard to blow out the Titans.
Stop talking. I'll just take Jags over Titans.
Jags over Titans, okay. Yeah, I was considering taking Titans over Jags as a potential upset, but then I remember it's the Titans. So
yeah, it's not going to happen.
With maybe Will Levis. I mean, he's left the last couple of games, it feels like, with injury and whatnot. And then Ryan Tannehill comes in, and he's okay. He's fine, but, like, it's only 3 points against the Texans.
Yeah. Golly, man. This upset category is upsetting me, too, because starters, not starters. I'm going to go for something real zesty. I'm going to take Steelers over Ravens.
Ooh, see, that was on my board, too.
Big time zest.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Ravens probably resting starters. They need to get healthy for their playoff game. They also have the first round bye, which I don't necessarily love resting starters when you also already have the first round bye, just because then you go into the playoffs rusty.
I mean, but they had people out there when they had the game locked up last week, and they got hurt.
On the Dolphins side.
Oh, the Dolphins did?
Mm-hmm. Bradley Chubb tore his ACL.
I thought the Ravens did that. Ravens are kind of good at that.
They are good at getting hurt.
Yeah.
So I understand, like, if Lamar goes down in this game, like, you're screwed.
Yeah.
But also, like, Ravens got the top seed 2019. They rested players last week of the season and then crapped the bed in the playoffs. So it's like, where do you run the risk there, I guess? Because I get resting players, but then, I don't know, maybe playing for a half or something. I don't know. I've seen too many Packers teams get the top seed, rest players in the last week, and then crap the bed in the playoffs. So,
yeah, it's a fine line to walk because it's like, do we want to have the practice reps in, or do we want to be like sharp still, or do you want to get hurt? It's like, I don't know. It's tough.
Either way, they're going to lose in the playoffs.
I hope they get destroyed by the Browns.
Joe Flacco revenge game incoming.
Balling out. That'd be sick.
So you took that. That was your upset of the week, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Cardinals over the Seahawks.
I was looking at that,
for my upset of the week. Like we said, Kyler Murray, ever since he came back, this Cardinals team has been a lot better. I wasn't sold on Kyler Murray going into the season. I thought Arizona was looking like they would get the top seed, or the opposite of the top seed, the top pick in the draft, and probably take like Caleb Williams or something like that, trade Kyler Murray to the Falcons or something. But Kyler Murray, he's actually looked pretty good, and I say they keep him. He also has that massive contract there, so he'd be a pain to get rid of anyway. And he's been playing very good. So I don't see why they wouldn't keep him and then draft him some good talent around him.
Yeah.
But I think I could totally see them taking down Seattle here, ruining the Seahawks' playoff hopes. Even though it's in Arizona, Seahawks are still 3-point favorites. Doesn't matter what the Cardinals do. They're not getting respected by Vegas.
Denied. They also have 4 wins, so like.
True.
Do they deserve to be respected by Vegas?
And they just beat the Eagles, although who hasn't recently?
Eagles bad.
Lowest scoring game of the week last category here. I'm going to go Jets-Patriots.
Dang it.
Yeah, Patriots 2-point favorites there in New England. Both these teams are absolutely terrible. Will it be Bill Belichick's last game as the Patriots head coach?
As he loses 5-3.
He'd beat the Jets. He owns the Jets. Even when the Patriots are terrible, they own the Jets.
As he wins 5-3.
Yeah. How will it end for him? Sounds like there might already be like a mutual agreement that he's leaving, but we shall see. I mean, not a whole lot to talk about in this game. Both teams are obviously eliminated and terrible.
Yeah.
No points. 0-0 tie.
There's no reason to play good football. I mean, they haven't been doing it all year, but like it's just real depressing when it's the last game of the year. You're fighting another terrible team, and it's just like, man.
Yeah, both these teams really need a quarterback. I mean, I guess Rodgers will come back for the Jets next year, but even after that, they'll need someone because he's probably going to retire or go to the Vikings or something.
I'd love to see him go to the Vikings. That'd be awesome.
And then you got Mac Jones, terrible. Bailey Zappi, slightly less terrible. It's just a whole mess.
Yeah. Lowest scoring game, I'll take Broncos Raiders.
Jared Stidham revenge game.
So revengey.
Because he was on the Raiders for 1 year.
Who's Jared Stidham?
Broncos now starting quarterback.
Oh.
Yep, nothing too crazy. I think Denver might technically be alive for a wild card spot.
If like 4 people lose and they win, I think.
Yeah, probably. 9-8, they can sneak in. But highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely indeed. I hope it is a boring game and no one watches it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the worst category because it's just like, yeah, I think these teams are both bad.
But like, it feels especially more like depressing this week than in past weeks.
It feels like down, dude. It's like
it's almost like a sigh of relief that the season is over for these teams and their fans. They get to be released
they all
for 6 months, and then the Jets fans, they'll come back into purgatory.
They're all like, "Woo, yeah, we're so excited!"
Aaron Rodgers, and he tears his ACL.
Tears his other ACL, the same one, even possibly. Yeah, I think that's it
for the draft. Last draft of the year. How are you feeling about your draft?
Not good. I think I maybe got one. I think I got that CeeDee Lamb one.
Well, you can rest in the fact that you can't lose this to me.
Yeah, but you can bring it within 2 if I really sucked.
I'd love if I bring it within 2. You owe me another $100.
That's okay. I'm not
after I go 16-0 my pick'ems.
That's all right. Let's see if you go 16-0. Steelers Ravens. I'm taking Steelers as my upset.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Steelers as well.
Come on, be different than me.
Because I think the Ravens don't have much to play for, and the Steelers, they win and they have a chance. If they lose, they have no chance of making the playoffs. There's no scenario where they lose and still make it. So they win and then cross their fingers and hope. At the same time, I could also see the Ravens being like, "Frick you, Pittsburgh. We're not going to let you even have that chance."
That would be
and
funny.
beat them. But I'm going to go. I think the Steelers, they're going to be fighting hard.
Can you not pick the same pick as me, please?
Well, where are you going for Saturday Night Football?
Texans Colts.
I'm going to take Houston.
I don't want to take the Colts.
You might have to, though.
I'm not taking the Colts here. I don't trust them enough. I'm taking Texans. Jags Titans. I'm taking Jags.
I'm also taking Jacksonville.
Oh,
you got
Vikings Lions. I'm calling Vikings because I know they're going to win this.
I'm going to go Detroit in a blowout.
Saints Falcons. We can differ on this. I'll take whatever you don't.
All right. I'll go Saints.
I'll go Falcons. Jets Patriots. It's Patriots, I think.
Yeah, Patriots.
We've differed on one.
You can take the Jets.
I'm not taking the Jets.
I'm not basing my picks off of what you do. I already have like my picks in my head for a lot of these. So
okay, give me the Colts instead of the Texans. Actually,
all right, you're going Colts.
I'm going Colts there. So we're different on 2 now.
Mm-hmm.
Panthers Buccaneers.
I'm going Tampa Bay. They lock up the division.
That's Bucs for sure. Browns Bengals, and I cannot bet against Joe Flacco.
I'm not going against Joe Flacco either. He's only lost 1 game as a starter.
Bears Packers.
That's going to be – I'm picking Green Bay, obviously.
I got to go Bears, I think.
Mm-hmm. They're both these teams are a lot better than when they met in week 1.
Yeah. Cowboys Commies. Cowboys there for both of us. Broncos Raiders.
I'll go Denver.
Going Raiders then.
All right.
Eagles Giants.
Philly.
Wouldn't that be crazy, though?
I'll take Philly. Go for it. I mean, you got to do some crazy things here.
I'm going to take Giants here.
All right.
I'm going to take Giants here.
See, now you're making me kind of scared because, like, what if you do hit all these?
That'd be funny. Seahawks Cardinals.
I'm taking Arizona in my upset of the week.
I'm going to stick with the Seahawks, even though I'm a bit nervous picking that pick. Rams, Niners. I think it'll be tight, but I think it'll be
Ooh.
Niners.
I also think it will be.
Do they have the 1 seed
They do.
locked?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
So they might let the Rams back in it. Maybe I'll pick the.
Oh, what do you think? What do you think? You got to get.
I'm sticking with San Francisco.
Okay, you got to get 4 wrong. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs, Chargers.
Are you going Niners?
I'm going Niners. Yeah.
Okay.
That's. I think that's 6 or 7 differed from us.
Well, you can make it more different. I'm taking Kansas City.
The Chargers are so terrible.
Maybe Kansas City will rest their starters for you.
No, they won't. I'm going to take Rams instead of Niners, and then I'm going to take Chiefs.
Okay.
Oh, I'm taking Bills in this Dolphins game, but
I am also. I don't trust Miami.
oh, golly, I really hope you blow the bed.
I really hope I don't do that.
Even if you don't, I hope you just get enough wrong to be over 100. Because
I would like to be under. I'd like to steal your goal from you. Well, I think that's it for this week's episode. Last week of the regular season, and then going into the playoffs. Maybe if the Ravens or Eagles, do well, and one of them is in their respective championship game, going to the Super Bowl, perhaps we'll bring David or Kylie on the podcast and see how they're feeling.
probably really good until their team loses
Mm-hmm.
to Joe Flacco.
Or if the Bills do well, maybe bring you on, or bring me on if the Packers do well.
I'd like to.
It'd be awesome if all our teams made the playoffs.
You're the only team that probably won't.
Winning in. As long as the Seahawks don't make it, you know what I'm saying?
I like the Seahawks. I want them to make it.
I hope they
I
don't.
hope they do. Okay, bye guys. We'll see you next week.
Yep, we'll know some playoff matchups for next week.
for the
Wild card weekend.
exciting conclusion of our regular season in our picks.
Find out if John was able to catch me in pick'ems.
I wasn't. Gosh dang it.
Bye, I love you.
But I love you, David. Thanks for watching these episodes, Kylie. I appreciate it. And Unk's younger brother, too. Appreciate you guys. Oh, frick the Seahawks. Yeah, I hate the Seahawks.